Hi everyone, it's Sue. Today's the day I'm finally going to finish my command center in my kitchen. So those of you who have been following me know that I started my beautification of my kitchen area by doing a coffee, tea, hot chocolate, farmhouse themed bar in my kitchen area. So if you missed that and you would like to see how it turned out, you can click on the link above. Now I really liked the shiplap look, but I didn't want to pay the extra money to buy the wood to make it. So I decided, being an artsy creative person, I could paint the shiplap. And a lot of you said that you really liked it and suggested that I continue it on the other wall. So I did. So armed with that on my kitchen palette, I decided to proceed to making a command center on the other wall. So step one was to make a farmhouse themed menu board, which I also did. And if you'd like to see how that turned out, you can check on this link. However, hemming and hawing and just using it over the course of a few weeks, it wasn't really working out the way that I had anticipated. So I made a few changes to that, and I'll show you when we get going. But then it took me forever because I wasn't really sure what else I wanted. I looked and I looked through Pinterest, on YouTube, and I had so many wonderful ideas that I just couldn't nail one down. But finally, all the voices in my head took a vote and they agreed, and I decided to make this calendar, memo board, all-in-one, farmhouse themed last piece to my command center. So if you'd like to see how the final project plays out, let's get started. So like I said, I took your advice and painted the other blank wall with the shiplap look. Then the menu board that I originally had, there was a few problems with it. The white background kept getting dirty, and the lettering I used for the days of the week was really quite tiny. It was hard to see. And also the string that came with the frame was quite flimsy and my magnets kept falling down. So I decided to take everything off, peel off the days of the week sticker, and paint everything black. That way the white would show up better on the black background. I also found some bigger clothespins and some heavier duty twine and fixed everything up. And then I decided to put some giant letters from using poster board stickers from the Dollar Tree on for the days of the week. So M, T, F, and S instead of the whole days of the week. And that just made it pop a little bit more. So hopefully you like the new addition. So once that was renovated, on to part two. I was going to do a calendar and grocery list memo board. And I decided to reuse this old canvas that I had and found a dry erase board and a dry erase clipboard from the Dollar Tree. Now this painting on the other side of the canvas I wasn't overly fond of, and I didn't think the artist would mind if I reused it. I am quite close with them after all. So I decided to staple it down on the front. I was going to use the back side of it, but I also needed to have the canvas in place to mount my dry erase boards. So I stapled it down and then I flipped it over and cut off the excess so that I could stain the sides of the frame. I usually use my handy dandy Dollar Tree shoe polish for stain, but I've seen everybody using this antiquing wax and I really wanted to give it a go. Now we don't have Waverly here in Canada, but I had the Folk Art brand, and let me tell you, I was in love. You just put some on and wipe it off and it gave a beautiful walnut stain. So I did that all the way around the front of the frame and the sides and on the inside and let it dry completely. Then I just used some black acrylic paint and painted the inside of the canvas just so that it would match my menu board. So I had thought about taping off the wood before putting the black paint on, but you know, this is what I love about farmhouse decor. It looks rustic and it doesn't have to be perfect. So I decided if I got a little bit of black on there, I would just wipe it off, and it kind of just gave a darkened wood look to the interior of the frame. And I let it all dry, and it turned out pretty good, I thought. I used a foam brush to cover the majority of the canvas, but if there's any little tiny spots like in the corners, I used just a small little bristle brush to get the black paint in there. So I apologize that I can't get the whole frame in the picture frame, but it was quite large. So I just rubbed off the excess and let everything dry completely before proceeding to the next part. Now I still haven't decided completely how I want the calendar to work. I originally thought about using a permanent marker just to put the boxes on the dry erase clipboard, and then I could just add the days of the week and the month in and put the month in wood on top of the calendar. Or I decided for now, I just printed out April's month and put it in the clipboard. You let me know which one you like best. But I decided to make the month of April just in case. So I used these large craft sticks from the Dollar Tree, and then I used my Cricut and some chipboard and a knife blade to print out the letters for the words April. Then I used my Gorilla Hot Glue to glue the letters onto the craft stick to make a base. Once the glue was dry, I used the antiquing wax again to cover both sides of the word April. So now that the main frame was completely dry, I took the black border off of the dry erase board from the Dollar Tree and the little pen hook, and it's actually just cardboard. And I decided to glue it on the bottom, and this would be where I would write down my groceries and any other memos that I might have. And then I glued the dry erase board on top of that using my Gorilla Glue. Then to cover up where the two pieces met and just add a little bit more farmhouse theme, I had this sticky burlap ribbon tape that I put where the two whiteboards met. So if you enjoy my DIYs, let me know in the comments section below and give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of my creative fun. And like I said, for now, I just printed off a copy of April's calendar month and put it on the clipboard, and I thought it was fairly sturdy. I could still write on there. But let me know if you think I should just make the generic calendar where I could write the different months on and just put the wooden month on top of the frame. But I am going to set the April on top of there anyway for now, just because I thought it gave it a little something else. So now for the grand finale. Let me know what you think in the comments section below, and don't forget to tell me how I should finish off my calendar. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and see you next time on Discovering the Art of Living.